Okay, that's going. And I think we're not live on Twitch yet, but I think this is going to work. We are live on. Actually, you know what? That was a bad server. It was like Miami. Like
Welcome.
why the fuck would it go to Miami first? San Francisco.
Welcome to Miami.
Welcome to Miami.
Do you have thoughts and ideas for the show?
Do I have thoughts and ideas?
Or like tonight?
I have a few things. Yeah.
You probably have a whole list of things, don't you?
I've had shit gathered for a long time here. Okay, and I believe we're live. We are. It's local recording and it's we're streaming.
So, how's it going?
Fantastic. Welcome to episode. What is this? Number 4?
Yeah.
I think this is number 4, right? We've got
Yes,
I
believe so.
Yeah, because we said 3
It's
weeks.
3 weeks.
3 weeks since
Yeah.
the 3rd episode, and now
That's
it's been
unfortunate.
fucking 2 months since the 2nd episode.
Yeah.
It's been way too long. We keep putting this off, and just shit doesn't end up working, and it's been way too long since we've done an episode.
Yeah, we
So
do
welcome in.
apologize.
And I guess if you want, you can. What might work, Mac, is if you go over to my Twitch account and see if any questions that come in. I don't even know if we're live. I'm looking at it, trying to decipher whether we're live
I
or not.
have it up.
I don't think we are.
It says you are offline.
It does say we're offline, doesn't it?
Yes.
But it says streaming right now. I don't know. Anyways, welcome to the show. This is going on the YouTube regardless. On the YouTubes
Either way.
regardless. So, okay, so did you hear about the Ray Rice thing? Did that come across your...
I did a bit, yeah.
So I guess what happened was... Well, what happened was originally, and I think it was May
Yeah.
or March. I think it was March. He, what he had... he knocked... I guess he knocked his wife out in it. He did. He knocked his wife out in the elevator.
Yeah.
And
Messed up.
he messed up bad. And I guess through...
Like unconscious. Like
completely... Did you see the video that was released today?
I have not, no.
So, originally, he had a 2-game suspension for being arrested for the domestic abuse. And that had gone over fucking terribly with everybody in that circle of... in the NFL and everybody aware of the situation that had just gone terribly. Because a little bit before or a little bit after the Ray Rice incident, somebody got suspended for a full season for smoking weed. So they were saying, like, it's just complete games for smoking weed in the off season, opposed to beating his wife and getting a 2-game suspension. So then the video comes out, and the video gets released this morning by TMZ. And so what happens? He's walking into the elevator, and you can tell they're, like, kind of arguing back and forth or whatever. He goes up to her and gives her, like, this little fucking tap, and then just fucking knocks her. She comes at him, like, all pissed off, and fucking left hook right to the jaw. Out cold. Her face smashes on the railing. Out fucking cold. He gets released today by the Ravens. He gets suspended indefinitely. He'll probably be gone for the season. I wouldn't be surprised if he was gone for his fucking career.
Yeah, probably. Nowadays, I can see that.
I mean, it's the fact that he was only suspended for 2 games to Josh Gordon's 16, which is the player who smoked weed and got suspended for the full season, is ridiculous.
Yeah.
The
like,
NFL...
That's a little bit excessive.
The NFL...
Especially compared to...
Oh, yeah.
Like,
the NFL tolerance is 8 times less than the Olympic tolerance for weed. Which is fucked. They're so fucking corrupt when it comes to this shit. It's ridiculous.
I don't know why. Like, I don't know. It's such a big deal. It's like prohibition, kind of.
It just, I don't know. It just doesn't make sense. Like, just the way shit's run. Like, knocking your wife unconscious is worth a 2-game suspension.
Like, that's all? Really?
And it doesn't make sense. Like 2 games is fucking 1/8 of the season.
Yeah.
You're smoking weed in the off season, not hurting anybody, just doing your own thing.
Just chilling, living your life
for a fucking season. I just don't understand it. It just doesn't make sense to me.
Giving him more time to smoke weed.
I don't know. It's fucked up.
Yeah, it's a bit. I don't know. Who knows?
It's a bit
Might get
excessive.
changed soon, though. Who knows?
Well, that's the thing. Actually, what they were doing was, because of all this and because of the fucking uproar that it brought on, it was
Yeah.
it they're talking, the NFL's talking about completely getting rid of those suspensions, the Ray Rice suspension and the Josh Gordon, or sorry, the Josh Gordon suspension, which is the one that was all 16 games.
Yeah.
And Wes Welker's suspension, which was 4 games for fucking doing like ecstasy or something like that in the offseason. Which is like, okay, like I get it, it's ecstasy. It's a little bit different
Yeah,
than
that's a
fucking
little
marijuana.
understandable.
But the 16 games for Josh Gordon, I mean, it's just fucking ridiculous. You take away like one of the best receivers in the league because he lives in the hood and he smokes a little bit of weed. Like Ray
Well
Lewis in
put.
2000 murdered 2 people allegedly, got away with it,
Yeah.
and was back in the NFL. Like, it's just so backwards in the way that everything works.
And he's a superstar.
And he's a fucking superstar. But enough of that bullshit.
There we go.
Enough of that NFL dough. Did you, actually, I got a fucking list of shit written down here. Where the hell did my notepad go? It's on my tablet.
Missing notepad.
Where's my notepad? And some sure. Have you seen any of the Destiny gameplay?
Just like a trailer. I really haven't.
You
No.
haven't seen anything on Twitch or anything?
Comes out like tonight. I guess there's midnight release.
Is that what it is?
I watched too much Twitch lately. Yeah.
It's midnight release. It's tonight. It comes out tonight.
Well, like tomorrow, but like midnight. There's midnight releases.
But like in 3 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't seen much of. I mean, I saw some gameplay on Twitch when there was that free beta version or whatever.
Yeah.
It's just like a hybrid between.
COD and Halo.
Essentially, yeah. It's essentially the same thing as COD and Halo. It's just a hybrid of it. And I don't know. I think for me, first person shooters are really not as fun as they used to be. It
Yeah.
used to be the only thing I played besides Madden. I don't really play first person shooters anymore though. I don't know about you, but
Nah. I'm mostly playing driving games right now. I'm playing some Forza because Forza Horizon 2 comes out at the end of the month, like the 30th, I believe.
this month.
And yeah. So looking forward to that. But I haven't really played too much COD. Don't mind it though. Like I still.
It's still enjoyable. I don't play the new ones though. If I'm gonna play a COD, I'm gonna play an old COD, like one from like Modern Warfare 3 or even a Black
Yeah.
Ops 1. I don't remember the last time I played Black Ops 2 or like Ghosts. Ghost I barely played at all. I remember getting which Call of Duty was it? Ghosts. Call of Duty.
Yeah.
No, Call of Duty
Recent?
Black Ops 2. I just hating it the first day. Something about
Yeah.
the new ones. I don't know.
I never really was a fan of the Black Ops series. Like the Black Ops 1, it was a good change from Modern Warfare, but yeah, I don't
Black
know.
Ops 1, looking back on it, at the time I sucked at the time it wasn't when I was good at Call of Duty. But
Yeah,
looking back on it, that was a fun game. Those kill
yeah,
streaks
I
in
enjoyed
that
it. I was
game-
pretty good back then still.
Yeah, and that was right. I think Modern Warfare 3 was right at the end of everyone's kind of run in Call of Duty.
Yeah,
Everyone kind of died off playing that game. Me, you, and Ryan, we were still good. But there was a point where you didn't play for like 4 months because your headset was fucked. Remember that?
do
Do you remember that?
Yeah,
For like
yeah.
a solid year, your headset was fucked. Before that,
Dude, I
leading up
literally
to it.
like. Okay, now I have an Astro A50 on right now with the transmitter, and this one's like wireless, but the other one had so many fucking wires and these old A40s, and the mix amp was like beefy. It was good, but I had it for a long time, and eventually, like one of the wires to my Xbox controller for the microphone that broke, and then they were sold out, so I couldn't get one. They were like sold out everywhere, the store, Amazon, all this shit, and I finally got one, and then that was like literally like 7 months later.
Yeah.
And then as soon as that happened,
literally, not even joking, actually 7 months later.
Yeah, my mix amp died. Like maybe a week after I got this cable. It was ridiculous.
Yeah, it was.
And my mix amp, was fucked before. Like I literally had maybe 12 to 15 rubber bands around it, holding the mic cord into the thing so that it would pick up the sound correctly.
I have the cord that you had problems with kicking around somewhere. I want to show the people, but I don't know if I'll be able to.
I have one as well.
It used to be hanging up on my boom stand, but it's just the one that goes from the controller to the headset, right? Correct?
Yeah, this guy.
I don't know. Yeah, that's
the table.
Yeah. Yeah, and I remember that because I remember you getting it back and going to your house and you fixing it and having that headset. And this was after like 5 months of you not being able to play Xbox because you couldn't talk on Xbox Live, and then it dying and completely breaking again. So it was like another 3 months before you were back.
And a replacement was like $130.
Yeah.
And they're like, well, we can give you free shipping. And I was like, no.
I remember you emailing that guy. That was when I was so hardcore into fucking Call of Duty. I remember making that controller.
Got my fucking Astros, like
that controller. This is what I did. I don't know if people can see it on the mic here, but on the webcam here. But I would drill little holes into these trigger stops, to make it so there wasn't as much travel.
Right there.
Do you still have it? Is that it? That's it.
This is it right there.
Dude, that's like some 2011 shit.
I have the nail in my box. You put the nail in there.
You put the nail in it.
Stop the trigger. As soon as you hit it there, and you can just boom.
And that
going all the way in.
And then so when you were using guns like, what was
the FAL,
like the MK14, the FAL, there wasn't travel, so you could fire off a clip super fast and made those guns super effective.
It's like a rapid fire gun almost.
Yeah, now they have the controllers, the Astros, or not the Astros, the
Turtle Beaches?
No, the controllers, the
I don't know.
What are they called? Oh, I'm gonna do some research here. I'm gonna just say call it controller. Oh, what is that controller called? You've never heard of it?
I don't know.
It's got the trigger stops built in. Gaming.
Good idea, man.
Give me a sec here. I'm gonna find it. It's called a. Oh my god, this is gonna drive me nuts. Anyway, it's got like these built-in. It's got the built-in. Put myself in the big screen here. It's got built-in trigger stops here, and then it's got these paddles on the back, so you can use them for like jumping, and you can set them up how you want. But that was back in the day when I actually used to. I was hardcore into gaming.
Yeah.
Now it's more like storyline game modes that I'm more interested in.
Well, yeah, I enjoy the campaigns lots. Like if I was to get Destiny, I would play the campaign, maybe a little bit of multiplayer every now and then, but I still like I don't know.
I don't know. I like the old CODs because they're so kill streak based, and all the kill streaks are so good. And they're so fun to use. Yeah. And the new Call of Duty.
I like going back and playing COD 4 when it's just like simple kill streaks. You play well, you get rewarded, and your kill streaks do work for you, man. Like, you can get an airstrike. Like, you get a UAV, see where they all are, last long enough to get an airstrike, bomb down like 4 or 5 guys if you line it up right, easily. Then don't even deploy the helicopter, then you die. deploy the helicopter when you respawn, and your helicopter counts for kills towards you, and your helicopter mows people down. It'll literally get you an airstrike if you just stand AFK in a corner.
Especially if you're on big open maps, and there's a lot of them in that one.
Yeah, it's awesome, man. Yeah. It makes me want to play right now.
I know. There's the maps, the way things have evolved in Call of Duty is so much more like the way it's evolved, it's more gun skill based, but at the same time they've implemented that fucking lag compensation. So it makes such a big difference to the kind of internet you have and the way your whole setup works at your own house. Because you see guys coming around the corner now, even in like Modern Warfare 3s, where you don't see the guy coming around the corner and you're already fucking dead, and then you see it on the replay and it's him shooting a full clip into you, and it's like, what the fuck? I didn't even see that.
Yeah.
I think when
you like pop out of a corner and then you go back behind cover and you still die even though you're like a foot down. It's like, what?
And then you watch their kill cam and it's like they're shooting you. It's like, okay, well, what the fuck?
Yeah.
But I think probably the reason why I don't play those games anymore because they're so goddamn frustrating.
They are.
Like
they're good for a while and then eventually it's just like, this is shit.
Like I'd rather play a Madden game where, you know, it's frustrating and hard, but it's not like I'm fucking breaking shit, or like Far Cry where it's just more. I'm not sure. It's less frustration and it's less quick twitch movements than those FPS games that I've kind of grown to like now. Yeah,
Jordan been playing Minecraft lately, and it makes me kind of want to play it again.
Yeah, we played it for a little while, and it's just so much to it.
Yeah, I know. I don't even know like simple crafting anymore.
Yeah, it's like when you get up to the higher level shit, it's fucking engineering. It is.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Some of it's
and like little kids are just unreal at it.
My brother has probably played it for like 300 hours. Like, I mean, he spent an entire year playing the game. Like, completely obsessed with it. It was fucked. Jesus Christ. This is more than I've ever played in my life. Anyways.
Clearly you've never played World of Warcraft.
I fucking hate that game. I've played it like 3 times. I haven't given it a fair shot, but at the same time, I haven't had an interest in it.
You can literally buy the new expansion right now, and you get a free level 90 boost, and you're already max level, and you can start doing everything at endgame. Yeah.
Is that because they're not getting as many people in the game, or what?
No, just because like it's just a pre-order thing, like just an incentive to buy.
Is there early coming out?
Yeah, around December.
How many are there?
5, I believe. Burning Crusade, Lich King, Cataclysm, Panda, and then this new one, Draenor or something. I don't know.
So how long has it been out for? It's got to be out for like 15 years, right?
Coming up to it, something like that. Like early 2002 or something.
So these games have like a 2 or 3 year lifespan for the most part.
Yeah, and then it bumps up to the next 6 months. But it's like all the lore interconnects. It's one big story.
So there is a campaign to it as well?
Oh yeah, like there's PvP and there's PvE, which is player versus environment or player versus player, and like you can do like arenas and PvP battlegrounds and stuff like that where it's like you and other players fighting other people sitting at their computers. But there's also kind of like, yeah, you could call it campaign, I guess, but it's storyline and like lore where like you're with other players. That's what I used to do in like raids and stuff like that. You have 10 or 25 guys, depending on which raid group you're doing, and there's progression throughout like the expansion that it's open. It's not like when it comes out, it's just everything. Like, you know how now a game will be released and there's like expansions that you can buy extra and shit like that.
Like weapons and stuff.
But like this one, it'll be like, okay, it's like the first tier basically of the expansion, and there's like these are the dungeons and bosses at this level, and for the first 4 months or whatever, and then by that time people will be able to progress through it on a regular mode because their gear is shittier than the boss and its mechanics and hard to do, and you need to be organized. And then eventually it'll give enough time to you to beat that raid and the heroic version of that raid, which is harder once you get gear from the regular one, and the mechanics are harder and he hits harder and shit like that.
So it's like a progressive storyline.
Yeah, and then like kind of around once people are geared and stuff like that, it releases to like a new kind of continuation of the story and expansion. And there's like 2 or 3 other releases between.
So has every game since the first game carried on through itself? Like, has game 1 carried on to game 2 storyline wise, or has it been
like it's all connected? No, it's all connected. Like if you watch all the cinematics and cut trailers, it's all like there's so much shit to do, and like but it's not like hard to do, like quests and stuff like that. But like raids and stuff are harder. PvPs, I don't know. I'm better at it, but I've playing it for a long time, so.
Yeah, that's the thing. People who've been playing it since it came out, like fucking 15.
But it's not hard to pick up on, to be honest. Like Siebert, Jason Siebert. Back in high school, he played because he played Call of Duty like a motherfucker, and he knew that I played WoW, and then he started to play it a little bit. Yeah. Like he literally went from like starting to play it to like he would talk to me about it like every day at school, and he would eventually and he was like he got to the point where he was like just as good as I was at like PvP and shit like that, and like doing arenas, and I was like, wow, like he picked that shit up fast. Like it's not that hard to do
if you got mouse and keyboard skills. And
like dude, I have so many binds though. Like there's so many skills, and like I'll have like 1 2 3 4 5 or like 1 to equal sign and then I will use like 1 to 7 or 8, and then I'll use like shift and all those numbers as like combined as another key, and then I'll use like Z, X, and C as another hotkey, and like Q and E as well, and then and like tilde and control and alt Z and mouse buttons and shit like that literally all do shit, and I just have it memorized, and like I'll be sitting there, and so I don't have to look at my buttons to know what I'm doing except for like when cooldowns are done, but I have bars that show me, and so I can basically just stare at whatever's happening and just hit the button accordingly, and like move out of the way of fire and shit coming at you basically, and blow shit up if you're DPS, or heal people that are dying if you're
that's the that's the thing with those games, is that once you figure out like what a player can do and what this does and what, it's just a matter of being able to execute it on a keyboard, because it's way different than on a controller.
Oh totally. And the thing is, it's like for me, since I played so long, I know like all the races and like all the classes and their skills too, and like oh, he's doing this is the skill that I should like, for casters they have a bunch of spells, but if I have a silence, which spell should I silence? Not just any spell, like a certain spell, if he's gonna sheep me, or if he's having like a chaos bolt that's gonna just destroy me and hit really hard, stuff like that is better than just a regular shitty spell. How to counter stuff, and like I know like as a hunter, I can kite warriors like crazy. Like, they charge at me, but I'll put a trap down that is explosive trap, and it'll make them fly away. And then they're far away. I have a spider that makes them stay in place and just basically kite them around me, and they just look like idiots. They can't even touch you. So, if you know what you're doing and what other classes can do, it's pretty fun. So
and that's the thing. If you know what you're doing, there's a lot of fucking shit to it.
I can teach you. You can watch me for a little bit.
There's a lot of fucking shit to it. It's just like what's the other game? Heroes of Newerth, Han? Fuck.
Yeah.
There's just so much shit going on.
Dude,
I don't know what to even.
That'd be awesome if you played that. I haven't played that in a long time. I've been thinking about it though. I kind of want to.
Oh, it's just like fuck. I don't even know what to look at when I'm playing.
Yeah.
It's so frustrating. It's like it's so busy on your eyes. It's like Jesus, if you're not trained.
It is. Once you get used to it, it's all right. Like once you know what you're doing, like the first few like team fights and stuff I had, my heart is literally racing because I'm like trying to get skills off, and I think the hardest part for me was my hand adjustment, because you don't use 1 2 3 4 for skills. You use Q W E R for skills.
Yeah.
And so it's like it feels different, and you use your mouse to move and shit like that.
Yeah.
And it's once you get the timing down for last hits and know how to acquire gold, then you can easily. There's a bunch of guides. These buy what's on the fucking guide.
Yeah.
If you don't know what you're doing, and it's pretty easy.
Yeah.
Like if you have a little bit of guidance.
Speaking of mouse, fucking, I ran into a problem that apparently is common with the Rat 5s that I have, and I don't know if I told you about this.
But I think you did.
Yeah, but my fucking mouse just died. It just completely, it's everything but, everything kept working except for the cursor at the bottom, the sensor at the bottom. So I looked it up on YouTube, and I was like, okay, well, what's going on here? Like, is this an easy fix? Is there maybe just something blocking the sensor or whatever? And apparently these mice just have a tendency just to do that. I watched this one guy do a video on it, and probably 30 or 40 people commented saying they have the same problem. So I went out and bought a new one, and then got the warranty where for like an extra $15, if it happens again, I can just take it in and replace it, because I don't feel like spending fucking $80 on it again. But I got lucky though. I think I told you this, that it was in the section of the Rat 3s. So I got it for the price of the Rat 3 for the price for the Rat 5, which was like
$40
difference.
40, nice.
Yeah, it was a huge difference. Because I love the most. I love. You have the same one, right? You have the Rat 5. It says it right on the.
I have a Rat 7.
Rat 7.
Yeah.
I love the front and back buttons that you can control with your thumb.
Yeah.
And the DPI switch, the DPI difference is awesome. I love it.
What do you use it for mainly?
It depends. Like if I'm playing like Call of Duty or something on the computer, it's nice to be able to switch the sensitivity on it. Like really customize it, because there's like a setting from like 1 to 20 or whatever on it.
Yeah.
So it's really nice to be able to use that, because then you can make them as you like. It's just, I don't know. It's a nice keyboard. I like the way it fits in your hand. It's adjustable to the size in your hand, and it feels really good.
Weight as well.
What's that?
You can adjust the weight as well.
Yeah, the weight. The things. It comes with. Let me take it out and put it on camera. I don't have any weight
where I would.
You don't have any weights in it?
No, mine's light.
I found that the lighter the mouse, the harder it was to keep it on the ground. It seems weird, but I found it coming off the ground in weird spots all the time, so I like it heavier. So I don't know if people can. Okay, so I'm gonna throw this out there. I don't know if we're gonna use the video on this podcast. I want to see first how choppy it is.
Yeah.
I want to see what the quality's like, because I don't want to. If it's shitty quality, then the audio's fine on this. So if the audio's okay and the quality's shitty, then it's just gonna be an audio one. But if it is video, I will show the weights here. It comes with these 5 weights, and it's awesome, because you put them in and you can put in 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5, and it's really to your liking and your preference. There's a lot of customization about it. What does the Rat 7 have that the Rat 5 doesn't? More DPI?
I have no idea. I haven't looked at specs in such a long time. They probably have new versions out.
Yeah, because I've never seen a Rat 7 at Future Shop or Best Buy before. Where did you buy it? Did you get it online?
Yeah, I got it for Christmas, I think.
Oh, that's probably why I haven't seen it, because you probably got it online.
Probably.
Fuck, this is so goddamn hard to get back on.
Was it worth it?
No. Oh, fuck me. It's because I have it going in the wrong way.
There you go.
Never mind. So yeah, I was going into there we go. I was going into Best Buy the other day, and I was looking at laptops, and I was just looking at something that was like, I don't know, $300-400, just something nice to use around the house for browsing or whatever. But this tablet that I have is it's perfect. This I don't even know. I get the box here. This Samsung Galaxy.
Do you have a banana for scale?
I don't have a banana. Actually, fuck, I had a banana on my desk like 2 hours ago. That would have been fucking hilarious. No, but you have what phone do you have?
Samsung Galaxy S5.
Samsung Galaxy. So I have the Samsung Galaxy Tab
4,
and it works like a charm. The picture's really nice. It's got a weird resolution to it, which I'm not a fan of, but everything works wonderfully. And for a tablet, 7 inches is fucking perfect for me.
Yeah. 7 inches is perfect for most.
Yeah, I like the way the iPads operate a little bit better, the smoothness of them, and
Yeah.
they feel a
I
little.
don't know. They're familiar.
Yeah, it's just got that
You know what I
very
mean?
user friendly thing about it. I don't know.
Yeah.
But this one is good. It fits nicely in my hand. It's got a lot of it's for the price for the 150 or whatever I got it for. I can't complain because the iPads, the cheapest you're going, even for an iPad Mini, was like $300.
Yeah, I know.
Because on the
How
iPad,
big are those, like screen wise?
the iPad Minis,
Yeah.
I think they're more of if I'm not mistaken, they're a little bit more square than these ones which I have, which is I'll probably say 7 inches tall and 4
Is
inches
that like
long.
usable in your hand?
Oh yeah, like I
Yeah.
can't quite use it like an iPhone and use one thumb to type everything,
Yeah.
but I can comfortably hold it in one hand and kind of scroll
Yeah.
around. The iPads are a little funky because when you have the actual iPads in your hand, it's just kind of this big rectangle.
Yeah, they're so smooth. I feel like there's nothing to kind of grip on. They're
The
since
iPads.
since they're so thin. Yeah.
This one's got this really nice textured background to it. It's got this like matte
Yeah, my
finish.
phone has the same, but I have an OtterBox on
Oh yeah,
mine.
yeah.
So.
But this one's I don't know. I really like it. It's really Twitter's got a few problems, got a few glitches, but updates and shit will fix that.
Do you have widgets on your home pages or anything?
There are. What's the difference between a widget and an app?
Well, if you put okay, so you download the apps and stuff. Like, do you have like MLB.com?
So what I have is Twitter, Instagram, Temple Run, YouTube, PayPal, eBay, Twitch, and Reddit.
Okay, well you should download Imgur as well.
Okay.
Because you can just browse the gallery of pictures instead of all the stories easily, instead of going back each time.
Right. No.
Also,
Okay. So for this Reddit, it's the exact same as the iPhone one, where you just swipe.
I have one where you can browse all the subreddits and stuff like that.
Like I
as
don't know
well
if you
as
can
it.
see if there's the glare,
Yeah.
but you just swipe and new.
Okay,
shit.
I'll show you what mine looks like.
It's
right
not as good as the iPhone
beside
one though.
that's Reddit,
Let me put you on the big screen.
and then Imgur's right there.
That's the Reddit one. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, and then and then you have is the Imgur in the Play Store or is the Imgur in the app?
It's in the Play Store.
Okay. So what's the difference between the Play Store and the app?
I don't really know. But yeah, like widget stuff. Like I have MLB.com where I can see all the scores and stuff. But like if you have like the widget, there's like different size widgets too that do different things. Like you could have your messages or something like that as a widget, and it's like the whole thing. Well, I guess I don't know if yours cats. It's not like the whole page. Like it's not just a 1x1 square.
Oh.
It takes up the whole thing. Or like you can have Twitter take up like a 4x4 frame, so the 4x4 being like 4 squares is like where 4 apps would take up.
Oh, okay.
And have like you can see the feed and all that stuff and scroll through it, or like you can have it take up a bigger chunk, and or like MLB.com saying like scores and stats and
So
lots
you
of
can have
just
widgets.
different stuff.
Can you have so say could I set Twitter, excuse me, could I set Twitter to be half a page and then like MLB.com to be half a page on a certain scroll page on I don't know if you know what I'm saying here.
Yeah, so like see,
But like
I have Twitter right there.
Okay, let me put it on the big screen.
And
Hold on.
it's,
Right. Oh, okay.
so and it takes up that much, and then I have Reddit headlines there, and then just that, and then like that's like my home page, like
Right.
the time and stuff like that, MLB, and just like a couple apps. So you can kind of mix and match between that. Like I had YouTube videos in the corner with apps, and then Google Search.
So you can completely customize the way your page looks.
Yeah, like this, I have a bunch of apps, and then in the corner I just have Shazam, like a button that I just hit it and automatically starts recording the song.
Okay.
I Shazam it, so.
Yeah.
And like even like music and stuff like that. Like I have one for like memos and stuff at the top. I guess.
Okay. Yeah.
Catch in where it's just like I'll write like what I need to pick up at the grocery store, and I don't need to open that app. I can just see it on my home screen.
Yeah. Okay. Can I give you a little a piece of advice if it might work? Try switching your mic. Put it horizontal in front of your face, like the way I am right now. Because I think the way you have it set up, the part that you talk into is actually on the bottom, correct? Where that
yeah, it's right there. Yeah.
Is there any way you can rotate that and actually face your face?
Yes.
Or is it locked in?
No, I can change it.
I would rotate it so that is completely facing your mouth and you're talking.
Sure. I can try.
That's what I would do.
Should I do it now? Because it might be loud.
Nah, you can wait, but for the future, I would have it so that you're talking right into the address site. It might sound a little better. I don't know. You sound completely fine, but I've just noticed that. Just a little piece I picked up from watching.
Just, life pro tip.
Life pro tip with Monte. Do you ever have you ever heard of the podcast Rooster Teeth?
Nope, I have not.
You should go check them out. It's fucking hilarious. They're just a bunch of guys, and that would be the perfect scenario for a podcast. They're just a bunch of guys in an office, like in a studio, but they just sit at they just sit on a bunch of different couches with their own mics, and they just chill and talk. And it's the most chill podcast to listen to. I fucking love it. I love listening to all different types of podcasts and getting ideas and shit like that. Because if we could somehow figure out a way to fucking put out a podcast every week and actually grow a following, it'd be awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't want to wait 2 months to put out the next one.
Well, yeah. If things get more serious and we want to make kind of like a studio, we could kind of custom make something down here, and take up the whole room and have it wired to go to one computer for recording, and you can just bring over your tablet or something like that, and just have microphones set up or something.
Yeah.
Make a big custom desk along the whole edge.
It'd be so awesome. Just thinking of looking at these podcasts that actually do this for a living. It would be so much fun to just get together with if we had 3 to 5 people every week. It makes such a difference than having 1 to 2 people. Because when there's those silent moments and when there's always that third opinion and that fourth opinion, that fifth opinion, that makes such a difference.
Yeah, just 2 is back and forth.
Yeah.
Which is nice, but it's good to have that
third opinion or
that change, opinion. Refreshment.
I noticed that when we do it with Ryan, there's that third guy there, so it kind of you can move into different things a little bit easier because in those moments when both people give their
there's a personal touch or connection with it or something like that make you think about something else that leads to this and whatever.
And more people can't hurt. I mean, if you got 15 people, obviously that's kind of weird, but
no one will be able to chime in.
Yeah, but a podcast is, unless it's a radio show, a podcast is good with, I think 3 people, 4 people is perfect. Because if you listen on the radio, it never gets more than 3 people.
Yeah, definitely.
I've never heard a radio show with more than 4 people. Or more than 3 people, sorry. I can't remember the last time I did.
Yeah, I think the only situation would be if it's there's 2 hosts and they have a guest usually.
Yeah.
There's 3. And then if that guest was a musical thing and it was I don't know.
Exactly.
2 people.
The only show I can think of that has 3 hosts are the country station here's got 3, and the sports radio station has usually 3 in the afternoon. They got an intern. In both those case scenarios, the third host is an intern.
Yeah.
So for the most part, it's 2 hosts.
That makes sense. Yeah.
And let's. I guess this is a good way to segue into another topic. How fucking upset are you if you hear someone on the radio or if you hear someone broadcasting a sports event? And you've been listening to their voice for, let's say, 2 or 3 years, and then you see them in person. Are you not always disappointed? You're like, wow, that is not
the face what they look like.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, that is it's kind of weird.
That is not the face I envisioned for that voice.
Yeah.
Because some people have absolute gold voices.
I had that with Rock 101. And because there's guys who do other voices and impressions, stuff like that too, and have shows and it's just I don't know. You always picture them totally different.
It's completely weird. Like completely different. I had that same. I've been listening to the country station around here a lot, and the Team 1040, the sports channel on the country station. And about 2 months ago, I looked up the people for the team, the sports station, and I was completely, like, just not even remotely close to what I thought they looked like. And then this morning, where I work, they had they have a place called. Have you heard of it? The Great Escape in Langley. It's a big indoor.
I don't think so.
Anyways, they had an event going on because there's no school. So they had an event going on where kids could get in for like half the admission or whatever it was at the place. So the country radio station host their show there that morning. And because I work at the place who owns The Great Escape, they took pictures of the radio host and everything during that day and posted it on our bulletin wall or whatever at work. The guy is a fucking pedophile. I am 90% sure. He's got the weirdest. I'm gonna find a picture of him. He is not a good. He is definitely a voice for radio. That's one way to put it.
That's why he's on radio, not video.
That's why he's on radio. Okay, I'm gonna put a picture here in for us. What JRFM 93.7. We're gonna get a picture of these hosts. Picture these hosts here. Do you listen to the country station much?
Nah, dude. I usually listen to Rock 101.
Do you? Rock 101's good too. Okay, I'm gonna put a picture in. Okay, so he doesn't look as much of a pedophile in this picture as he looks like in the one at my work. But this guy, Clay St. Thomas, I'm gonna see if I can pick up a weird picture of him. Clay St. Thomas. God, he just doesn't look as. Okay, here's kind of a weird picture of him. All right. So for you can't see it, but I'm putting it in the chat, and he in the stream. He looks like a funky dude. Look up Clay.
I'm gonna watch this.
Okay,
I have something else I'm gonna send you after that we can talk about.
Yeah, I'm gonna link you to this this picture. Let's see if you get it here. We gotta go to. Where's our chat? Where's our message?
Go to the bar that'll pop up and hit the top one, like blue and white square.
Okay, I'm going to. Why I can't figure this out? No, because. God damn it! This is not what I wanted at this moment. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna.
I don't see you up on Twitch.
Okay, no, I took it down from Twitch. It wasn't really working. Okay, I linked you to that picture. This is the picture that the people were seeing. Doesn't he just look a little off?
Guy.
Shit.
A little bit.
He looks
airbrushed.
He looks a little funny.
He looks airbrushed.
He does.
Okay. Did you see this video I'm about to send you?
Send it to me and I'll put it. Send it to me and I'll put it in the chat. And
you gotta turn the volume up.
Yes, the kick! Oh my god, dude. Okay, let's sync up at 0 here and watch it together. It's only 9-second video. Okay, I'm gonna put this in the chat for people to watch. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna watch. You want to sync this up at 0 and watch together or no?
Yeah.
Or should I play it? Okay, I'm ready at 0 when you are.
Okay, go.
3, 2, 1, go.
He's broken in half.
Dude, that was such a funny.
I saw what's the WWE commentator of Jim Ross?
And Jim Ross and Jerry Lawler.
Yeah, it's like a Jim Ross one. He was like, "Oh, sweet chin music." I was like, oh my god, that was hilarious.
It's so, dude. I love it. There were so many funny fucking pictures from this week. There were so many weird moments in the league. It was fucking hilarious. I love it. How long have we been going for?
Coming up to an hour.
I think it's past an hour. Should we wrap it up?
I should say like Skype-aroni, but it does not. Yeah, that's a good way to end it. Some laughs.
Some laughs. Fuck yeah. So for people
giggles.
watching, if this wasn't after all a visual one where you could see all those videos and shit that we were working on, if the video's too choppy, I'm not gonna use it. So I apologize for those little weird breaks where we were trying to show you something. But if it is, I hope you enjoyed. Hit that like button if you do, and hit that subscribe button. Hopefully once a week now we're gonna do this. Once a week we're gonna do this. It's got to be once.
You
a week. What the fuck?
What? What happened?
I don't know. I was just playing with a pen and it exploded all over my body. I probably got picked up in the.
Jeez. You know what? That was the exact same time I pointed at my webcam. Fired like a gun. I shot it.
All right. Well, once a week, it's gonna happen. We're gonna find 1 hour a week to do this. It has to happen. I love doing it. It's fun, and I think
whether it be 2 people or 3 people, it's gonna happen.
Yeah, and I'm gonna try to. So for this one, this is probably gonna go up either Tuesday the 10th or Wednesday the 11th. But I'm gonna, from now on, I'm gonna try and upload this on the same day every week, so that's a consistent viewing period for people. So you have like a week to get through it if you're interested in it. But yeah, I think that about wraps it up. I think an hour is good to start off with. I don't know how many people are actually gonna get through it, but we need to start uploading consistently. Though 2 months is too long to wait for in between episodes.
Yeah,
we're never gonna gain.
Someday we will have like gameplay with us talking to you about the game.
Yeah.
In hand.
All right.
We'll see what happens. You never know.
Actually, you know what? Was that number 4?
The party here. I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
Because it was the 3-on-3, man.
Yeah.
It was 3-3.
Yeah, it was. Well, that was the Triple Play Show, number 4. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Thank you for coming by. See you later. Signing off. Bang, 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 bang. Peace.
Pop.
Laters in the mangina.